guys. I know it's like super early in Hong Kong and it's like public holiday, but thank you all for showing up today to Appchain Day Hong Kong. I'm just like kicking it off, warming it up, and there'll be amazing Appchain like founders, investors, sharing the like most updated like really good insights about Appchain investments and what are their like I think roadmap in 2024. So I'm just like kicking it off for all of y'all today. I'm Steve. I'm part of the DoraHacks and Dora Factory team. This is our second Appchain Day actually after Denver. And we're hosting this to mainly introduce all of the best Appchains to you in the whole world. And we're particularly excited about Appchains. Appchains are starting to become a thing, I think, starting from 2022, when actually a lot of the applications started to think that, hey, why don't I build my own blockchain for a lot of the reasons. Before they launch a smart contract on layer ones and pay a lot of the fees to the layer one natively, especially on Ethereum. This is true for DYDX, this is true for Injective, this is true for a lot of the really good applications out there. And they started launching Appchain starting from 2022, and it really played out so well for them. So before like a DeFi application, they really don't have token utility other than bring incentive to the users. Now they have their own chain. They can actually use their own token as gas token, utility token for their own chain. That's like actually the best part about Appchains from my perspective. They can improve specifically about their UI as a product, so they can bring better experience to the users. But also they can customize their own blockchain for their own need. For a gaming chain and a DeFi chain, they don't need to be that decentralized. They can maximize their speed, their scalability. But also, my favorite Appchains are sovereign Appchains, which means that they don't have to rely on the security of any other chains. But definitely like share security is a big topic here. And by having a sovereign Appchain, they can also have their own governance structure, which also makes their own project more decentralized. So we are ultra bullish about Appchains. This is why the Dora team has been building crucial infrastructure for the Appchain ecosystem since the very beginning. I first want to introduce DoraHacks. So DoraHacks is this developer incentive platform and developer community we have been curating for 10 years already. And what we do is that we introduce amazing resources to developers in Web3 and beyond, including hosting hackathons with the best Appchain and Layer 1 ecosystems in the world, and incentivize developers to build startups in their ecosystem by offering grants and funding opportunities to them. In the past 10 years, we have funded a little bit more than 9,000 teams. A lot of them, like the teams we met in 2018 were like Polygon. In 2020, there was like Steppen and a few other projects. And this year is just like a lot of the Eigen AVSs, Celestia projects, like Cosmos Appchains, et cetera, et cetera. And right now, there's more than 120 active, like 1,000 like active developers building on the platform. So what we are most excited recently is that we co-hosted Celestia Infinite Space Bazaar, which is their first global hackathon on the DoraHacks platform. So if you're interested in building the next generation rollup or like sovereign Appchain, like leveraging Celestia DA, you should definitely check out this hackathon for new Celestia ecosystem projects. And you might even participate if you're interested. And another thing, it's from Dora Factory. So we have been operating something called public goods staking since 2022 as well, where DoraHacks operates public goods validators in different ecosystems and use the yield that we generate from those validators to fund the developer community. So right now, we're actually operating public goods validator on 30+ blockchains. And we have been working very closely with those ecosystems to fund their ecosystem developers. So we also have like an interesting update since Denver, is that we're actually the creator of this interesting scheme where we actually incentivize public goods like supporters. For instance, like with DoraHacks, you can actually donate crypto directly to the founders. You can donate Atom to Cosmos builders. You can donate Aptos to Aptos builders. But we're incentivizing this like donation via memes. So we had a partnership with Gui Inu, which is like the bank or like the Dogecoin of Aptos, to actually provide incentive for Aptos like grant voters on the DoraHacks platform. And also we're providing 3 Aptos NFTs like Brub Bears, Aptos Monkeys, and Aptos Creators, also as incentive to the donors. We love Appchain so much that we actually built our own Appchain. It's called DoraVoda. It's leveraging Cosmos SDK and also Cosmos Awesome enabled. And it's just about decentralized governance. We started this chain to actually put a lot of the on-chain tooling that Dora team built. We have like 2 modules that we're particularly proud. The first one is privacy voting. So all of the on-chain voting right now is actually public, which means that when you vote on-chain from address A to address B, it's totally transparent. Like there's no privacy for you guys on Web3, but we build privacy voting modules so that when you actually vote, either in a quadratic funding grant or actually voting for like a national election in the future, you can actually have privacy as a voter, but also we can prevent collusion in those votings as well. But also we built quadratic funding module natively on the multi-chain. We're the only team that's building this, which is like really happy to also introduce that we're expanding like a lot of those modules to the multi-chain. So recently we're co-hosting the very first quadratic funding round with the Injective team. So that right now Injective community can actually donate INJ token to Injective ecosystem builders. So a lot of the grantees are the first batch of like really good Injective ecosystem projects like Neptune Finance, like Griffin, Black Panther, and a lot of them. The prize was actually like quite big. It's $50 for the first round. Yeah, and also like the privacy voting module is like so fun. We actually are the team that actually built anonymous Macy, which is like a pretty advanced version of like privacy voting. And we had a debut in East Vietnam like 2 weeks ago, and just happy to see like the founder of Macy, Vitalik, like supporting us there. Yeah, and also like we have a tiny venture arm, the Dora Ventures, to actually invest in a lot of the app chains that we truly believe in. So we have made some investments. Some of them you might have heard of, like Barachain, Nolus, and a few others. And also, like, yeah, the fund is about like $10 million right now since initiation. Yeah, so I'm just using this opportunity to introduce the Dora team to you. We're the hosts of Appchain Day. We are true believers in app chains. We think app chains will be extremely big this year. There will be thousands, if not hundreds, like app chains like launching this year as Cosmos rollups, Celestia rollups, Eigenlayer AVSs, Avail DA rollups, Movement rollups, maybe like Solana SVM rollups, etc. So there will be a lot of investment opportunities. There will be a lot of interesting technical updates. We are so proud to bring a lot of the founders to you today. They're going to introduce how to launch an app chain using their infrastructure, what are the roadmap of their app chains, and what are some of the investment theses they have as a fund when it comes to app chains. So welcome to Appchain Day Hong Kong, and I hope you enjoyed today's conference. We have breakfast back in that room, also have lunch. We also have a lot of swags around the venue. You can also chat with a lot of the Appchain supporters today at this venue. Thank you all for coming.